Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to November. We are officially in Mercury retrograde. That's why I'm a little bit late. It's okay. Energy is fluid. Time isn't linear. This could be happening to you next month. Who knows? I feel like, see, this Mercury retrograde is actually happening in your 10th house. Your 10th house is your midheaven. It's sort of like the way that people see you. It's in your career sector. It's how you present yourself to the world, kind of thing, right? So I sort of feel like with all of the aspects that are happening in Capricorn, which is your 12th house, and all of the stuff that's happening as the cards start flying out, all of the stuff that's happening in your 10th house, I sort of feel like you're in this zone right now where you just sort of want to be left alone. Like, yeah, the family stuff is fine and all of the festivities. And it's a strange and unusual time for an Aquarius to want to be left alone because you guys are very friendly people. Yes, I know that a lot of people think that you're a little odd, but that's just because you know more than, like you were born with the knowledge that a lot of people didn't already know. So, you know, here's the thing is, I feel like it's time for you to get really honest about a fire sign in your life or somebody who, it could even be a Libra that has fire in their chart or a fire sign that has Libra in their chart as well. But you've had this decision for a while. Like there's been this decision looming for a little while on what to do about this particular person. And maybe it's you. Maybe you are the one that has the fire in your chart. Or it's somebody else that just has a lot of fire in their chart. But here's the thing. So I have the Moon and I have the King of Wands. I have Justice. I have the Two of Wands. I have the Four of Cups. And I have the World. And this is what I'm saying is I feel like you're sort of sitting within your decision right now. And you're letting it, like you're letting yourself feel it out. Right? That's what the Four of Cups is making me feel like. Because you know that there's going to be a change. You know that there's going to be some kind of ending. Or like, it's like that awkward moment when you know you have to have a conversation with someone. And you're like, I don't want to have to, it's not that I don't want to be in confrontation because I don't think it's going to be a confrontation. But at the same time, I have to say something. Like I can't just be feeling all of this on my own, you know? That's what it feels like. And with the Justice card, it sort of feels like that's your karmic retribution. That's your karmic lesson to speak up for yourself, to be able to make the decision based on how you feel and not how somebody else is feeling. And stand up for yourself. Speak up for yourself. Let's see. What is this Moon? The Moon is all about looking in the mirror, being honest about those emotions that you keep hiding within yourself, and not allowing yourself to hide them anymore. No matter how hard you fight it, it's gonna come out. Nine of Wands, Aquarius. Nine of Wands on the Moon. No matter how hard you try to fight how you're feeling, I feel like I need to hide and like not, because I feel like I'm about to, like this is some tea. Because you don't want me to say it to you. No matter how hard You fight the truth of this. And this doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship. This could be at work. This could be a family member. This could be a friend that you have to have a or make a decision about or have a conversation. I don't know. I don't feel like you're going to have the conversation, but I feel like you have to be honest about how you feel. First and foremost, I'm so sorry that I have to say that to you guys. I'm so sorry. You have to be, first and foremost, you have to get honest with how you're truly feeling about this situation that you're going through in November. And Mercury retrograde is going to make you do that. We have Venus trining Chiron. We have Mars squaring Pluto. That Mars squaring Pluto aspect in your 12th house, thank you very much. That's going to bring the anger to the surface. And that actually starts tomorrow. Like it's exact tomorrow. So we've been building up to it. And tomorrow's kind of like the explosion. It'll be on November 5th. So if you're watching this later on in November. King of Wands. Dun, dun, dun. The Wheel of Fortune. And I want you to recognize here, my friends, my dear Aquarius friends, that the Wheel of Fortune is also above the Justice girl's head. You see that? That's the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune clarifying the King of Wands. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. Literally, this will be a life-changing moment for you. And whatever it is that you stop fighting and you admit to yourself about the King of Wands or whatever, I feel like you're shifting the energy in a way that is sort of surprising to you. Let's see what Justice says. Okay. I'm curious. I wonder if what you're not being honest with yourself about. So on Justice, I have the 5 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. Sorry, 2 of Swords. I'm wondering if the honest factor that you're fighting yourself about is because, like, you think that whatever this energy shift is going to create for you, you think that behind it is going to be like a world of hurt. Like that 2 of Swords on the 5 of Pentacles is a little bit skeptical to me. Like I feel like your fear is more about what hasn't happened yet. Because usually that's where fear lives. Fear lives in what our perception is how the future is going to turn out. Because we like to tell ourselves stories. And I feel like that's what you're doing here. Because it's time for you to shift the energy, whatever it is regarding this King of Wands. It's time to shift the energy. And I feel like if this is a work situation, what I feel like is you need to stand up for yourself, Aquarius, and you need to say, listen, I can no longer go on doing this. Like I can't keep pretending that it's okay that I'm like going and going and going and going and going, right? So I feel like it's time for you to shift your energy into, but I feel like you think that if you do this shift or you have this shift of energy or whatever you do, right? Whatever you do in the situation to change your life, because that's what this is implying, that you honestly already know that you're supposed to do. You feel like it's gonna be, you're like anticipating the pain before the pain exists. You know? And so that's why you've stopped making the decision. That's why you know you need to make the decision, but you haven't made it because you're like, It's going to be worse if I make the decision, but I don't think it will. I think it'll be better. Ha ha ha. So is this a decision between two different people, or is it a decision like, are you the King of Wands and then there's a King of Cups here? Because I honestly feel like the decision is making you a little bit emotional, like more emotional than you should be. You're not showing it because you're showing up as the King of Cups, because the Queen of Cups would show her emotion. And I know you're an air sign, but I feel like you're super emotional in November. And that's why you're trying to make this decision. But I don't want you to make the decision with your emotions, because usually when we make decisions through emotions, it's like we do it to settle, or we do it to ease our pain. Instead of doing what's right for us, we do what is going to temporarily ease our pain. And I feel like that's what you're doing here. So this energy shift, this thing that you have to be honest with yourself, this situation that you need to be honest with yourself about and shift, I want you to make the decision based on what you inherently know about yourself. So I want you to get centered. And whatever this means, if you're choosing between two different people, if you are choosing between one job or another job, it doesn't matter what the decision is. Your emotions are going to be a little bit more heightened this month. And so if you can even like, maybe not, like if you have to totally make the decision, do it, but do it after meditating on it for a while, right? 4 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups in this deck is not about apathy. It's not about lack. It's not about not accepting other invitations. This one is actually about meditation and centering yourself. And I feel like that is going to bring you to a state of happiness. I feel like you will be able to choose your very best path for you, for your best and highest good. I feel like you're going to be able to choose if you, what does Mama Betsy say? If you get quiet. If you get quiet and you meditate and you allow yourself to see the 10 of Cups and see yourself, the star, right, within the 10 of Cups. The visualizing of what you want in the future is the biggest part. And I think that that's where this cycle is going to close for you, is when you begin to visualize the good that can come from the heartache, and or maybe not even heartache, but pain, maybe even physical pain. But you have to be honest about it. You can't wall yourself up and just think that everything's going to go downhill if that you're going to make the wrong decision or you're going to make the whatever. And it does have to do with a relationship. I was wondering. Here's the thing. You have very close connections around you right now. And allowing yourself to see that. It's all I want to say. I feel like that is going to be the ending of a cycle, because I feel like you think you're alone in this. And that's probably why we have the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like you think that you're making these decisions just like all on your own, right? Or you're just making life, like you're living life all on your own and there's nobody else. You're the key to your own happiness, clearly down here. There is a cycle that is ending with a 2 of Cups type relationship. Could be a soulmate bond, could be a friendship, could be a family member. But I also feel like it's because that relationship kept you always wanting more. The Page of Cups, the 3 of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. Like you always felt alone. You always felt like you were wanting more from this person, and they never show up for you. So you have to release it. I don't care what kind of connection it is. Twin flame, soulmate, I don't care. If you are not if you're not getting what you need out of the person or out of the relationship, now is not the time for that connection. Maybe down the road, but they got to show up in a way where they're actually giving back to you what you deserve. Because you know right now that you are not getting back what you deserve in this relationship. Again, doesn't have to be romantic. This could be a platonic relationship, a friendship, a family member. We have soulmates everywhere, right? But if it does have to do with the twin flame or connection for you, you have to move away from the animosity and the fighting right now. Like, this is literally the Chariot moving away from the Knight of Swords and the Five of Wands. Like, and don't be wishy-washy about making that decision, because you have things to take care of, my dear Aquarius friend. You're not going to be able to use the Magician's energy if you're fighting with people. You have bigger fish to fry. You have better things to do. And maybe this is releasing one person and bringing another person into your energetic space. I feel like that's this message for some of you. You already know what your happiness, what the way you want your 10 of Cups future long-term happiness to look like. You already know. I'm not going to tell you what you already know. I am going to say that I feel like whatever you're in currently is leaving you wanting more. And I think that you know that more, and that's what the honesty factor is here. All right? I mean, let's be honest. Okay? I love you guys. And thank you very much for your patience on getting this reading out. I am doing my final workshop, self-alignment workshop for the year on November 10th. I'm not going to do another one until after the first of the year, and it's probably going to be different. And this one is amazing. And so if you're having a problem moving forward in your life and you want to know how you're blocking yourself, check out the self-alignment workshop. The information is in the description box below. We are also doing weekly meditations, and those have been amazing and very powerful. The information to register for that is also in the description box. And I'm open for readings, and I do have a 6-month forecast reading available. I think that there's like six spots left. So, and those are the December spots. I might release a few more in December. I haven't decided, but I have like 6 spots left. So if you want to get your 2020 forecast, check it out. I love you guys. Have a wonderful November, and legit, like, just stay in your own heart space this in November. That is going to solve so many of your problems if you stay in your own heart space and you don't let other people come in and crowd it. I love you guys. Bye.